Good morning, YouTube. Losing Louie here. I had just placed a bid on a Morgan silver dollar, and I thought I would take an opportunity to do a little research on the Morgans and bring that to you. Um, this discussion is about the Carson City Mint Morgan silver dollars, and I am paraphrasing from an article that was written by Greg Reynolds of Coin Week. Um, Coin rarities and related topics, Carson City Mint Morgan silver dollars. Um, so this article is about the Morgans in general and specifically about the Carson City Morgans. What he is talking about here is how it is much easier to collect, for beginners anyway, it's much easier to collect a set of Carson City Morgans than it is the entire collection of Morgans, which ran from 1878 to 1921. Of the Morgans that were created at the Carson City Mint, um, let's see, I believe there are 13 coins. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, there are 13 dates that the Carson Cities were minted, and the prices can range from fairly reasonable to tens of thousands of dollars. Um, so, but interesting is that some people collect the full set of Carson Cities in various grades. Um, you should know that mint state coins are graded on an 11-point scale from 60 to 70s. So Morgans that grade 60 or 61 are often banged up, and those are not considered choice. To be considered choice, you have to be an MS63, and choice uncirculated, an MS64 is very choice. MS65 are considered gems, so that phrase, gem, refers to MS65 and above. My particular set, I try to collect 64s, perhaps 63s, if they're more expensive coins. Some people collect only the proof-like Morgans or the DMPLs, the deep mirror-like proof Morgans. So that is interesting. Now, while that is not specifically a grade, they will be designated on the PCGS NGC holders as PL or DMPL. Um, let's see. Proof-like designations are not grades. They are coins that have mirror-like fields as a consequence of being among the few coins that were struck after a pair of dies was heavily polished. As more coins are struck, the effect on subsequent coins of such die polishing becomes less noticeable. Proof-like coins may have other characteristics that are similar to those of true proofs, especially contrast between reflective fields and white frosted devices. Deep mirror proof-like Morgans feature mirrors that are thicker and have more depth than those of merely proof-like Morgans. It's sometimes very difficult to discern a dividing line between substantially proof-like Morgans and DMPL Morgans. Single tests regarding the extent of reflectivity, such as holding a pen a certain number of inches from the surface, are curious, though misleading in my view. More than one factor should be taken into consideration before concluding that a particular Morgan is deep mirror proof-like, rather than just proof-like. And then he goes on to say that uh, these proof-like and DMPL Morgans can command a 50% premium or so over the non-proof-like similarly graded coins. So there are common Morgans. The 1878 Carson City Morgan is very common. The 1882 is very common, whereas a highly uncommon 1889 is the scarcest of the Carson City Mint Morgans, and it's one of the three keys to the whole Morgan Dollar series. The 1885 Carson City is a relatively costly and low grades as well. So, he is indicating that many people do collect the Carson Cities. Um, they are a nice, manageable collection and highly regarded and sought after and easy to sell. He goes on to talk about the GSA holders, and you will see these that you guys probably know about the GSA hoard of Morgans. And to help get rid of these, they put them into holders, and they were selling them at very attractive prices. Um, there is an advantage to buying a Carson City Morgan in a graded GSA holder, and he talks about how these coins have generally not been tampered. There is a lot of tampering that has been done to the Morgans to obtain toning, and especially uh, coins that are wildly toned or very uniquely toned can be suspect, and the PCGS and NGC were not really good at catching this in the early days. So be wary of highly toned Morgans, even if they're graded. And if you were to obtain Morgans in the Carson City holders, you would more likely have an untampered coin that has not been tampered with. So that was interesting. Um, anyway, these are, a wonderful collection, and they can get very pricey, but I think there's a lot of value to including numismatics in your stack. I certainly recommend being diversified that way. I saw an article recently that said that Morgan silver dollars were among the worst possible investment you could make in regard to silver coins, silver stacking, and it's just not true. If you look at the price of Morgans over the decades, they've appreciated way more than the price of silver. Now, if you're one of those people that thinks silver is going to go to $1,000 an ounce, then that may be true, but you could do worse than having some really nice Carson Cities in your stack. Okay, YouTube, this Losing Louie signing out. Take care, everybody.